Yankees Entertainment and Sports Network.
Well, last night the Yankees walked into what has been a house of horrors and did the job. Jordan Montgomery was outstanding. And then this home run by Aaron Judge set the Yankees on the right path. And then, of course, it's finished off by the stare and the save and the win. And tonight, they turn to their ace, Gerrit Cole. Oh, yeah. It is time for baseball as the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. And tonight it's the New York Yankees against the Tampa Bay Rays in the middle game of a 3-game set from Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball. Along with Paul O'Neill, I'm Michael Kay. A continuing developing story within the Yankees. 7 Yankees have tested positive for COVID-19. 3 coaches, 4 support staff members, and Gleyber Torres being held out of the lineup today because of an abundance of caution. We will continue to follow this story. There will be a game tonight, and on the mound for the Yankees will be Gerrit Cole. And when you have Gerrit Cole on the mound, Paul, good things usually happen.
Well, it's a fun night for us, Michael. We get to see arguably the best pitcher in the American League. And, what does he do? He comes over as a big free agent. He does everything he's supposed to do. He takes the ball. He's overpowering at times. Throw the fastball right by you. 7 starts so far this year. 6 of them quality starts. I mean, he does everything for this pitching staff. He's mixing his changeup a little bit more. A great curveball. This is a guy you want on the hill every night, but he can only pitch every 5th day, Michael. So you take it from here.
Those are the rules, and on the road he's been great. 2-0, 1.38 and 2 road starts. That's 13 innings, 19 strikeouts, just 1 walk. Opponents hitting 133 against him. Now behind the plate, well, it's working out for the Yankees. When you take a look at the total numbers, the combination of Sanchez and Higashioka seems like it's doing the job. When we get back, Meredith Marakovitz breaks it down and has more right here on Yes.
Welcome back to Yankees baseball on Yes, where the Yankees turn to Gerrit Cole to help set the tone against the Tampa Bay Rays tonight. Hey everyone, I'm Meredith Marakovitz. It's no surprise that Kyle Higashioka is back in there catching Gerrit Cole again this evening. He has caught all but one of Cole's starts this season, but it's not just about catching Gerrit Cole. These guys have both been playing, and the split has been working for the Yankees. 9 home runs combined. That's tied for the most in Major League Baseball amongst catchers. Also, they're the only team in the league with 4+ home runs by multiple catchers, and the starting pitchers have really responded. It seems as though Higashioka is paired up typically with Gerrit Cole and Corey Kluber, while Gary Sanchez has handled Montgomery and Tyone. And then it's been a little bit of a split with Domingo Germán, but it seems as though overall they have a good thing going right now. There are a couple lineup notes. Luke Voit is back in there. Aaron Hicks is in there at center field after not playing last night after fouling a ball off of his shin in Sunday's matchup. Plenty more to come here on the Yes Network when we get back. Michael Kay will be joined by Paul O'Neill. First pitch coming your way after the break.
On Yes is brought to you in part by the New York Lottery. Get out there and play. By FW Webb, the official plumbing, heating, cooling, and PVF supplier to the New York Yankees. By Cadillac. Visit your Tri-State Cadillac dealer and experience the ultimate in iconic luxury. And by FanDuel, there's more ways to win on FanDuel. Yankees and the Rays, game 2 of a 3-game set. We'll take a quick look at the keys to the game brought to you by your local Kia dealers, Paul.
Wow, is this the one? The Yankees have lost 6 consecutive series against the Rays, and they're off to a good start last night to win this one. And Gerrit Cole on the mound today. More like yesterday, Aaron Judge struck early with a first-inning home run. Still, only 8 first-inning runs this year, which is the lowest in the MLB. 20 of 21, Yankee starters have been so good. 3 earned runs or fewer in 20 of the last 21 starts. Haven't had that since 1980. 81. I'm taking you back to your childhood, Michael. That's when they had Guidry, Righetti, Rick Russell, Tommy John, Rudy May. Remember any of those guys?
Yeah, I remember all of them. Childhood. I was 20 then. Take a look at the Yankees starting lineup brought to you by TikTok. It starts on TikTok. DJ LeMahieu will lead off. He'll play second. Giancarlo Stanton will DH and hit second. The right fielder is Aaron Judge hitting third. Cleaning up third baseman, Gio Urshela. Luke Voigt at first. Aaron Hicks back in the lineup in center field. Clint Frazier in left field bats seventh. Batting eighth and catching Kyle Higashioka. And Tyler Wade will play shortstop, and he's going to bat ninth. And Colin McHugh will be the opener for the Tampa Bay Rays. So this will be a 6 game, 7 1/3 innings, 10 strikeouts, 1 walk, but a 7.36 ERA. How about the scouting report?
Well, you're right, Michael. Opening again. Last time out as an opener last Thursday against the Angels. 6 up and 6 down. 5 strikeouts. Has a really good slider. Reliable vet. He had a breakout run with the Astros 2014 through 2019. He was 58 and 35. So he's pretty good. And Yarbrough is next. We'll talk about him. But he has the slowest fastball, velocity-wise, in the major leagues. He's coming up after McHugh.
And the pitch to LeMahieu is a strike. We're underway. 33 games, 3 home runs, 9 ribbies for DJ, hitting .280. Fly ball, shallow right. Margot's there. He'll put it away for the first out. Take a look at the defense presented by Geico. Since we've seen Margot, we'll start there. Phillips, who can go get him with anybody in center. Meadows is in left. Go the other way in the infield. Wendell, Adames, Lau, and Diaz third to first. Zunino behind the plate. McHugh is on the mound. And here's Giancarlo Stanton. Now, we did a little scouting report on the home plate umpire, Bill Miller, and I'm sure that you loved hearing this, Paul. Very pitcher-friendly umpire. There's a strike.
Yeah, you got to swing the bat from the on-deck circle, Michael. Don't want to get in the hole. Don't give him an opportunity to take away your at-bat.
Doug Eddings at first. Brian Knight at second. Gabe Morales is at third. Nice breaking ball strike from McHugh.
McHugh throws that breaking ball more than half of the time. That's why he's kind of suited as an opener now. But I'll tell you what, he had that run with the Astros. He was in one of their top starters.
He's 33 years old, 9th big league season. Mets, Rockies. Paul mentioned the Astros, now Tampa Bay. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Elevated fastball. 2 down.
Sometimes at bats happen too quick, and if you see Stanton boom, boom, a couple breaking balls and then a fastball, well, they're 0 for 1, heading back to the dugout.
So 2 down, and that'll bring up Judge. A strike on the outside corner, 0-1. He had a home run in yesterday's game, and since he was brought up to the big leagues, the Yankees are 84 and 31 when he homers in a game. That's 53 games over 500.
That usually gets it done over the year, right?
Yeah, it does. It does. 1-1. 2-1. There's the battery charging up. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Stanton still going over that at bat. As Paul said, it happened so quickly. He gets rung up with a strikeout. So 2 down and a 2-2 count on Judge. McHugh deals. Check swing. Chopped to short. Adames. will get Judge, and the Yankees go down in order 1-2-3 against Colin McHugh and the Rays. So it's the Yankees nothing, and the Tampa Bay Rays coming to bat. Start for the Bombers against the Rays. We'll take a look at the Rays starting lineup, brought to you by TikTok. It starts on TikTok. Rosarena, the DH, leads off. Batting second, the left fielder Austin Meadows, 1 for 12 with 8 strikeouts against Gerrit Cole. Then it's Margot, Lau, Diaz. Wendell will bat in the number 6 spot and play third base. Mike Zunino catches. Willie Adames at short, and Brett Phillips, the center fielder, will bat 9th. Take a look at some of the numbers on Gerrit Cole. 7 starts, 4-1, 1.61 ERA, 66 strikeouts, just 3 walks in 44 2/3 innings.
Amazing stuff. And if you look at the scouting report, the leader, although the Yankees rotation has been great, Cole is the ace. You know how you're the ace of the booth there, Michael? Gerrit Cole is the ace of the Yankee pitching staff, if you didn't know it. And changes, talking change-ups, up 15%. From last year, it was only 5.6%, and don't think the rest of the rotation hasn't taken notice. Seems like everybody's throwing the change-up a little bit more. The one thing that kind of is weird to me, Michael, as good as Cole's been, the team, the Yankees, are only 4-3 in his starts this year. Needs more wins.
0-2. Well, I really like being the ace, Paul. I never been called that, so.
I was going to ask you that, you know, Gerrit Cole probably helps everybody, you know, kind of teaches as he goes about his business. I mean, do you feel the pressure of the Yankee booth? You got to help us get along? I want to know.
Yeah, I do. I mean, it's a lot of heavy lifting, Paul.
Meredith, can you chime in here? The man's head didn't fit in the booth before. Now it really doesn't fit.
You know what, Paul? He's the main instigator. I don't know what you're talking about, helping people get along as Gerrit Cole retires the first batter of the game via the strikeout.
So Rosarena goes down, and that'll bring up Austin Meadows. You know, since he became a Yankee, this is the 7th start that Cole has had against Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay is 4-2 in the first 6 starts. And they handed Cole his only loss of the year on April 18th in the Bronx, a 4-2 win. 1-0 to Meadows. Rays are 19-18. Yankees are 19-16. And the ERA of Cole against Tampa Bay, 3.97. And he's allowed 8 home runs in those 6 starts. 1-1. Austin Meadows has struggled. Now he has 7 homers, but he's 1 for his last 20, and he's hitting 189. Fly ball right field. Judge can't see it. Looks like it hit a catwalk. And Luke Voigt plays the carom off the catwalk.
Yeah, this is where, as a fielder, Michael, you just kind of shake your head. I mean, this is not the ideal ballpark to play baseball in. And on those real high fly balls, the catwalks across the outfield do come into play. Balls in play, if I'm not mistaken, off the catwalk.
Well, there are 4 rings in Tropicana Field, so the 2 innermost rings, if it hits one of those rings or catwalks, it's playable off the ring. And you can see that's why Judge is pointing with urgency to where the ball was, and Meadows can get what he can get, and he gets a double on that. Now the 2 outer catwalks of the 4, that's out of play. It's a dead ball. It's kind of a monstrosity. It really is. Ground ball is short. Tyler Wade across the diamond. Retiring Margot, and Meadows will move to third. Here are the ground rules. Any fair ball that hits the 2 lower catwalks, lights, or objects is a home run. Any fair ball that hits the top 2 catwalks, lights, or objects, that's in play. Any fair ball that stays on one of the top 2 catwalks is a ground rule double. And a foul ball that hits any object, catwalk, etc., is a dead ball. Got all that, Paul?
Yeah, I was just going through those in my mind because I had similar ground rules growing up in Ohio with the fenced-in area. We had an apple tree in left field, and it kind of hung over the fence. Apple tree was a home run. Oak tree or maple tree in right field, which killed me. Anytime you pulled the ball into that tree, you got nothing. It was home run derby, home run or nothing. It would knock it down, and you were out. I would cry. My brothers will all laugh because they're all right-handed.
Meadows leads off third, 1-0 count on Brandon Lau. It's funny how backyards actually can dictate the player you become. Let's take a look at the Yankee defense presented by Geico. Frazier, Hicks, and Judge. Left to right in the outfield. Urshela, Wade, LeMahieu, and Voit. Third to first. Higashioka behind the plate. Cole's on the mound. 1-1 count on Lau. Now, if you watch Don Mattingly as a Yankee, he was a great hitter going the other way to left field. And he once told me he had a big willow tree in right field in his backyard, that if you hit the willow tree, you were out. So he had to learn to go the other way to get a hit.
That's exactly right.
So 1-2 on Lau. Runner at third. 2 men out. Bottom of the first inning. 2-2.
It's funny, Michael, you get the feeling when they're down here in Tampa in the Trop that, this is the first inning. Is it going to make or break it? But you know what? Every run is so important in these series because they always come down to close games and very few runs scored in this building.
And boy, would a pitcher be chapped if he has to give up a run because the ball went off the catwalk.
Mm-hmm.
And a guy, Austin Meadows, who he has handled very well throughout his career. Swing and a miss. So he pitches around the catwalk, strikes out Lau. No run to hit. 1 man left on base. We go to the second. Nothing on Yes. For streaming your favorite teams on Yes. From multiple streams to game highlights and even replaying big moments, you won't miss a single play wherever you go. So just take out your phone and scan that QR code right there on the screen. The Yes app is the only place to stream the Yankees on Yes, so download it today. You could be watching the Nets tonight on the Yes app if you want. James Harden's back in the lineup. Here's Gio Urshela. And a strike. And you could see when we said that Miller is a pitcher's umpire, that ball is outside, and he's consistently calling it a strike off the plate. Oh, and 2. Luke Voit on deck. Yankees have won 10 of their last 13 games. Since April 20th, they're 14-6. And the Cardinals have the same record over that time. The only team with a better record, and it's percentage-wise, the White Sox are 12-4. There's the 1-2 upstairs. 2-2. Swing and a miss. And that'll bring up Luke Voit and leads us to the Home Depot getting more done. First base comparisons. Well, look what the Yankees without Luke Voit have done at first base in 2021. 146, 3 homers, 10 ribbies, and an OPS of 488. Then look what Luke Voit did last year. in a shortened season. 22 home runs, 52 ribbies, a 948 OPS. So yes, they missed Luke Voit. Boy, McHugh looks nasty early.
Boy, good slider again. I mean, you go back at what he has been throughout his career, and he has found that slider. Let's do the math. 6 up and 6 down on his first out, and then 3, 4. So he's 10 in a row. He's retired, going back to last Thursday with the Angels.
The 0-2. 1-2. How about that, Paul? Luke Voit, an old-time tape job on the bat. Looks like electrical tape.
Like that. It's like that tennis racket grip. It gives players a little bit better grip. Ooh. Tell you what you've seen from Miller so far tonight, be afraid to take that. But yeah, that's got a nice little shine to it. We didn't have that, obviously. We had regular tape, but I would love that in cold weather because it's padded a little bit.
2-2. 3-2 on Voit. Check swing. So Voit works the walk. First base runner. Now let's cover the bases with Colin McHugh. Only Major League Baseball player to attend Berry College, a Division III college. He plays the clarinet, the saxophone, drums, guitar, and a ukulele. And he hosts a 12-6 podcast, interviews notable names in baseball.
Man's a musician, Michael. Everywhere. Drums, ukulele. Remember the ukulele? The first time I ever heard about a ukulele was Tiny Tim on the Johnny Carson show. Remember that?
That's right. And Miss Vicky. Now, I'll tell you something you never knew about me. We have something in common, Colin McHugh and I. I play the clarinet.
Do you really?
I did as a kid.
I see you pulled that one out.
Ah.
Can you still read music?
I think I can. Actually played in Carnegie Hall. How about that?
Wow.
Yeah. With a school school band.
Impressive.
Well, he's wearing a shin guard, and remember he was scratched out of yesterday's lineup. He had fouled the ball off that shin, and obviously extra protection. He doesn't want to get hit there again. One. And here's how that bruise happened, Paul. You remember these?
Oh, I do, and I remember the first time that you showed his shin guard, and I'm telling you what, we were in Milwaukee, and I had a huge just bruise, and I couldn't play. I didn't feel well, and I remember I went up to hit, and I came back to the dugout, and Gene Monahan met me there and said, Mr. Steinbrenner said, if you don't put that shin guard on, you're not playing. Well, so I did, and I got a hit, and I wore a shin guard the rest of my career. Not that I was superstitious or anything.
Really?
Yes.
Ryan Yarbrough. He'll be next.
I'm sure glad he's up, Michael. That would have really messed up my scouting report if he didn't follow McHugh. You know that?
Don't you worry. Kevin Cash would never do that to you. 3-2. There's one. Back to first. It's a double play. No runs, no hits because of the DP. Nobody left. We go to the bottom of the second.
Hour brought to you by Montefiore, doing more. Luis Severino was expected to throw a live BP today in Tampa. However, he was scratched with a stiff back. Aaron Boone didn't seem overly concerned about it. He's expected to throw, if not tomorrow, sometime this week. So it doesn't appear to be anything major, and a guy they certainly want back in that rotation. No exact date exactly when they think Severino will make it back, but they're certainly going to build him up slowly and make sure he is 100% before they bring him back up to the big league club.
Here's Yandy Diaz. I know a lot of the Yankee media made their way to the complex, the Yankee complex today, to see Severino pitch, and then he was scratched. But they did, Meredith, get a chance to see Jason Dominguez, who everybody just can't wait to watch, and he supposedly had a very good day.
He had a double to lead off, and he just looks so much older and more mature in the batter's box than he actually is. Everyone has been saying he is as advertised. He's in extended spring right now. He hasn't been assigned to a minor league team, but because he's so young and doesn't have a lot of at-bats under his belt, they decided they're going to keep him in extended spring and then make a decision in a couple weeks where they want to go from there. But so far, as advertised, very much looking forward to seeing him and how he progresses through the minor leagues.
He's 17, right?
Yes, correct.
And he's never played an inning of he turned 18, I'm sorry. He never played an inning of professional ball, as Diaz hits one to right field in front of Judge for a base hit. And he's still one of the top prospects in all of the game. That's how much he's thought of. And so let's take a look at some highlights of Jason Dominguez. And that's in the cage, indoor cage at the complex. Superstition will not step on the line. His nickname is the Martian. And it'll be exciting to see him make his way to the Bronx. "18 years old, wow." There's Joey Wendell, and the breaking ball from Cole is a strike. And he's named after Jason Giambi. His dad loved Jason Giambi, and when he had a son, he named him Jason and spelled it with 2 S's, though. Oh, 0-2 on Wendell. Right back to Cole. Can they turn 2? There's 1. Not in time. Wendell beat it out.
Yeah, pretty much tailor-made, but you saw that Cole kind of dropped down to make a good throw. Got to get that first out, and then not enough time.
These are the top 5 prospects for the Yankees this year, ranked by Baseball America, and right at the top is Jason Dominguez, and then Davy Garcia. Clark Schmidt is working his way back to health. And then Heel and Wells. Here's Zunino. Your keeping score at home, that force at second was a 1-6. Wade took the throw. Pitch outside, 1-0.
And Michael, Mario Garza, who's actually filling in for Reggie Willits at first base today, coaching first base. He's the coordinator of baseball development for the Yankees, and he said that GCL is slated to start on June 28th, and there is a good chance that Dominguez will eventually wind up there. So something to keep an eye on. And you mentioned Clark Schmidt. He's throwing at about 90 to 100 feet right now. Hasn't thrown off a mound yet, but another big prospect. The Yankees have liked what they've seen from him through spring training. That injury was a setback, but they still expect big things out of Clark Schmidt.
1-1 on Zunino. He could really help them in the second half of the season if he is healthy and get some innings in, because with the way last year went, a lot of the Yankee starters do not have a lot of innings under their belt from the last year or so. You're going to need some reinforcements, Severino being one of them. Clark Schmidt could be another. One. There's a strike, 1-2.
You see Cole with a lot of breaking balls as Zunino. Yesterday, Monty will remember he threw a sinker that didn't have much movement. 472 feet later, Zunino, tons of power, can get a strikeout on a good pitch, but loves the fastball.
The 1-2. Grounded to third. There's one. On to first. It's a double play. Around the horn, 5-4-3 ends the bottom of the second. No runs a hit. Nobody left. Let's go to the third. Individual game tickets today and catch some amazing upcoming games at Yankee Stadium. Well, there's a great matchup coming up against the White Sox, plus big divisional games against the Red Sox, Blue Jays, and Rays. Visit Yankees.com to get all your information about ticket availability and to purchase tickets. Tickets are going fast, so visit Yankees.com today. All right, so a new pitcher, the bulk guy, Ryan Yarbrough. The Yankees have seen him plenty, so this will be his 8th game. 2-3, 4.58. He's pitched 37 and a third innings with 29 strikeouts. He allowed 2 home runs.
Let's go over him a little bit, Michael. He throws a lot of cutters, a changeup, curveball, and a sinker. His sinker being his fastball. We said in the scouting report, least velocity of any major league fastball at 86.3. Just to put that into perspective, Gerrit Cole averages 97.2 with his fastball. So a little bit of a difference there.
It's almost offensive that it's called a fastball. It worked for him, though. The 1-0. It does show that even in 2021, where velocity is king, if you're just a little bit different than everybody else, you can get it done.
Yeah, there's always those few guys, and when I was playing, it was Jamie Moyer. How can this guy get outs? He's throwing 84 as a top, but you know, in and out, change up, slider, this to set up pitches inside, and you know, you have to be smart because he has a little funky arm angle, which makes it a little bit tougher to pick up. But not a guy that's going to challenge you, and not a guy that's going to throw one by you, that's for sure.
He gives him a strike on that pitch, clearly outside, 3-1. To Frazier. Fly ball, deep center field. Phillips back on the track. He'll make the play. 1 away.
You know, Michael, I've told you many times I didn't hit well here. It was one ballpark that I didn't enjoy hitting in, and I always felt like center field really played deep here. It was kind of dead. That's why yesterday Aaron Judge's ball earlier in the year, Gio Urshela's ball to dead center. Very impressive.
Looks like the background would be good though, Paul, right?
Yeah, it was. I mean, the only problem was the lighting was not good. And by the time you start picking up the ball on day 3, it was time to start packing your bags and moving on to the next city. It was just not a great place to hit.
Higashioka with a check swing, grounded foul.
You know, when I look at stadiums and I'm watching the monitor, the first thing I get are memories. And I used to remember standing on the on-deck circle, and Dick Vitale was a big, baseball fan, he would always sit right there, and he would talk to you before, he talks to everybody. He would sit and talk to you before your at-bats.
What would he talk about? College basketball or talk about baseball?
No, it was baseball. You're going to get this guy, this and that. It's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to try, obviously. But it's just a very, very likable guy. No doubt about it.
He just had his annual gala, and he raised $6.5 million for pediatric cancer. The amount of money that Dick Vitale has raised over the years, it surpasses anything he's done being a quote-unquote star on TV. He's just such a giving, charitable man and has raised so much money for such a needy cause. Just amazing work he's done. The 1-2. Yeah, his season tickets are right next to the visiting dugout.
Mm-hmm.
Vitale was a Yankee fan growing up in Jersey, but changed when he moved down to Florida. Became a Rays fan. 1-2. Higashioka pops it up. And Brandon Lau makes the play. 2 down. Now, Luke Voigt got hit on the right hand yesterday. You can see that's wrapped up. What does that wrap do, Paul?
Well, it just applies pressure. And, anytime that you have something hurting, if you put pressure on it, it just feels a little bit better. You can see even on his other wrists, it's wrapped. And sometimes a lot of people believe that, your grip strength is a little bit better with your wrist wrapped.
Count 0-1 to Wade. Outside, 1-1. So Colin McHugh, 2 scoreless innings as the opener. Now they turn it over to Yarbrough as the bulk man, and he's gotten the first 2 outs here in the 3rd. Number 9 batter in the order, Tyler Wade. Now he's playing shortstop. Gleyber Torres is being held out due to an abundance of caution. They've done a lot of tests, all the Yankees and the support staff, and they're just awaiting some results on Gleyber. So we could actually see Gleyber maybe sometime tonight if the results come back, but everybody's being ultra careful as we navigate through this. 1-2.
Kind of break down the shortstop position. You see this ball just misses. And Torres has started 33 out of the 35 games, the other 2 being Gio Urshela. So Tyler Wade getting his first start at shortstop this year.
Swing and a miss. He goes down on strikes, and the Yankees go down 1-2-3 against Yarbrough. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd. 0-0. On Yes, don't miss the series finale of this Yankees-Rays rivalry series. Now coverage starts at 6 with Audi batting practice today and the DraftKings Yankee pregame. Then we'll have the call a little after 7 o'clock right here on Yes and streaming on the Yes app. Bottom of the 3rd inning. It'll be 8-9-1 in the Rays order against Gerrit Cole. Willie Adames first. And a breaking ball in there for a strike. Adames off to a slow start, hitting 184. I mean, the offensive numbers, when you take a close look for the Rays, they're really dreadful. Coming into this game, they struck out 384 times. It's the most in baseball. And it puts them on pace for 1,681 strikeouts. which would be a major league record. There's another strikeout as Adames down looking. And the only thing that saves them is home runs, Paul.
Yeah, they've had some clutch home runs, but you know this is just a hitter. You can tell that's in the middle of it. You know, a couple curveballs early in the count, and then a fastball not able to even pull the trigger. Just kind of lost as a hitter right now.
Now here's another damning stat. They're hitting 200 with runners in scoring position. That's the worst in baseball. The all-time lowest mark ever, the 1981 Mets, hit 210. So they're at 200.
Hmm.
One, 2-1. You know, each start, it looks like Cole is trying to start a mustache, and you just never see it flourish yet. I don't know if he's keeping it short or, but there's something there. 3-1, 3-2. Swing and a miss. That's the fourth strikeout for Cole.
Again, I mean, he is overpowering when he wants to be. Still, in this count, showed a changeup that was low out of the zone, but then that rising fastball just by you.
Now, that was his 1,500th strikeout. He's done it in 212 games. The only pitcher to do it in a quicker amount of time is Randy Johnson, who did it in 206 games. Again, we have to add some context to that stat. That's all within like our lifetime, but it's the strikeout is not an embarrassment for a batter anymore, so a lot more people strike out. I'm sure if Walter Johnson was pitching today, Paul, he'd ring it up pretty quick too.
Well, the record has been broken 13 consecutive seasons now for strikeout percentage-wise, and it's up again this year, so it's just going to continue.
It's about 24.5%, Paul. You're so right. So Gerrit Cole works a 1-2-3 inning. Nice play by Tyler Wade. We'll go to the fourth. For trivia, 3 players have hit 400 or more career home runs and played for the Rays. Who are they? Now, that doesn't mean they hit their 400 with the Rays, but at one time they played for the Rays, and in their career, 400 or more home runs. I can think of a guy who had 493, but I can't think of the other 2.
I have one. He was a Tampa native. Is that the same guy that you're thinking
so.
about, Michael?
Yep. A strike to LeMahieu. 0-1.
I got 2, Michael.
You got 2?
Oh, you got to help me out with one. I do. I got 2.
Wow.
The second one you're not thinking about, Michael, actually had a little stint with the Yankees.
Okay. I think I have him. And if we count BP home runs, then Wade Boggs is definitely in there, but
he's probably leading the world, right?
He can hit home runs in BP. And his 3,000th hit was a home run. Line drive right at Adames. 1 away. So here's Stanton. He struck out in the first inning. It's worth noting that when Stanton does face a left-handed pitcher, he takes off the helmet with the big guard in front of the face. He only wears that against righties. Judge does have the one with the guard on. 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. One out, fourth inning, 0-0. And the tall lefty deals. 2-2. Yarborough, 29 years old, Lakeland, Florida. He grew up a Rays fan. Lakeland's where the Tigers train during spring training. This is his fourth big league season, all with Tampa Bay. Two, strike three, and that looked a little bit low. And our scouting report on Bill Miller has been fairly accurate, and that for both teams.
A little two-seam fastball kind of turns it over. It's a little low to me.
You can see it's not in the box. Here's what I don't understand, Paul. The umpires are graded. So, you know, we jokingly refer to him as a pitcher's umpire, which means he has a really wide strike zone. Okay, so what if you fail the grade? What does that mean?
I know what it meant in school, Michael. You had to go somewhere else or do something else, and not in umpiring. You just, I don't know. I don't know what the grades do mean. That's a great question.
Maybe you don't get postseason assignments. That's probably it. But you should tell them to tighten up a little bit. And it's, again, this is for both teams. Bill Miller's been an umpire in the big league since 1997. So he umpired for Paul.
Yes. Remember him well.
The 2-0. 2-1.
Boy, that's really the first mistake you've seen Yarborough make right over the middle of the plate. It almost surprises you as a hitter. Aaron Judge, big swing just underneath it.
Two and two.
And that little arm angle makes that little cutter, curveball, whatever he wants to call it, you know, kind of tough to pick up for righties.
There's a base hit through the right side by Judge.
Michael, you get the feeling like when Stanton's up or Judge is up, every time they hit the ball to the right side, it's basically a base hit.
Pretty much.
But
there's usually a big hole on that side of the infield.
Yeah, wide open. Great job by Judge. Stay behind the ball, hit it late, just drive it the other way.
So here's Gio Urshela. He struck out in the second inning. One and one. Diaz holds on Judge at first. We're in the fourth inning. Nothing. Colin McHugh started 2 scoreless innings, and Ryan Yarbrough. Gerrit Cole in there for the Yanks. 1-1. 2-1. Hit sharply and through for a base hit. Margot will flip the ball in. Judge stops at second. A base hit for Urshela.
Again, a guy that is going to go off speed and 2-seamers, lefty, stay inside the ball, especially with that shift. Hit it the other way. Opportunity now for the Yankees to take the lead with a big 2-out hit.
So here's Luke Voigt. He walked in the second. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
Luke Voigt's hand slipped off the bat. We were talking about that grip. You spray a little bit of that tacky stuff on there. Not that really can hurt your hand when you slip. The top hand just kind of come off the bat, and it just that doesn't feel good.
Grounded right there to Lau, and he steps on the bag, and that'll do it. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 men left. Go to the bottom of the fourth. Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicle of the Yankees. Tonight's picture was sent to us from Andrew. His son chose to dress up as his favorite athlete, Aaron Judge, for a virtual project at school. I hope you got a 99 out of 100. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and post your picture to social media to reflect your love for the Yankees, and we might spotlight you in a future game. And we start at the bottom of the fourth inning with a ball to Austin Meadows. Meadows hit one off one of the catwalks to get a double in the first inning. Right to Urshela. 1 away.
Michael, you were just talking about Pinstripe Pride, and then today I was looking through the game notes. This day, Yogi Berra was born, and it just like, you know what? It brought back so many memories. You talk about one of the greatest thrills of being a Yankee was walking in that, the locker room and being able to sit down and talk to that man. Yogi Berra, one of my favorite men I think I've ever met.
Born in 1925. Would have been 96 today. There's a strike. And boy, did he love being around Yankee Stadium. Just loved it. And he loved being here, and the players loved having him here. "19 big league seasons, 3-time MVP, 10-time world champion, 18-time All-Star, Hall of Fame inductee in 1972. And Paul, he used to always hold the 10 world championships over Jeter's head.
Yeah.
You got 5, I've got 10.
That's right. He almost got his voice down, Michael. That's good.
I've told this story before. I will always remember when you had your day here at the stadium and you got the plaque in Monument Park, and then your whole family was up in the suite, and he made a point to get there to honor you. And then he just took pictures with everybody. Just a great man. Just a great guy to be around. (0-1) on Brandon Lau. And he has a push punt. He's going to get himself a base hit. So he sees the shift and picks up a single.
You know what? You're struggling offensively. You're facing Gerrit Cole. That's no easy task. They're going to give you a hit. Why not? I mean, that's a lot of area to put a bunt down, Michael.
You know, if you bunt it hard enough, you might even get a double. But he got himself a single.
You know what I noticed, Michael? It's funny because Luke Voit is a lot of energy, chatty, talks when he's at first base. You saw the other night when LeMay, he was at first base. You know, he's not that type of guy that sits and talks. Guys just sit and look at him, and he's looking at the game. But Luke Voit is one of the guys that, you have a conversation with while you're at first base.
Now, one more thing about Yogi, Paul. I'm going to send you a letter, and I'm going to put the Yogi Berra Forever stamp. It was announced today. The first issue is going to be June 24th at the Yogi Berra Museum. He's going to have a stamp.
Cool stuff.
So don't open it, just keep it. And
Yes.
1-1. 1-2.
See how good Cole is when he goes to that changeup to keep it right at the bottom of the strike zone. I mean, he'll ride that fastball up, but the changeup, he has a great feel to keep it low in the strike zone where you don't get hurt.
One-two pitch. 2-2. Diaz single to right in the second inning. So 50 pitches for Cole. Now his changeup has been so effective this year, 1 for 31 with 15 strikeouts against changeups this year. 2-2. Bit outside, 3-2.
Boy, he really had him set up for that slider too. He had gone to a changeup and then a couple high fastballs. If this is a strike, it finishes him off just off the plate.
3-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. And that'll do it here in the fourth. So Yogi Berra, born on this date, 1925. One of the great winners in all of sports. One of the most recognizable people on the face of the earth. You know, he said 90% of the game is half mental. Happy birthday, Yogi. Well, I thank you, Bob. What a long time coming for James. A highly touted prospect with the Yankees, and injuries have derailed him, but he's finally on a big league mound. There's Aaron Hicks. 1-0.
That Ohtani note right there, it reminds you of the old high school game, Michael. You know, you go out, you pitch 7 or 8, and then, you know, they just tell you to go out to right field or center field to keep your bat in the lineup. Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, pitched yesterday, and he's leading off today. He's lived up to all the hype. So this is what Paul's talking about. 10 strikeouts in 7 innings last night, then moved to right field in the 8th. Padres, wow, 5 players placed on the COVID IL. And Chris Bryant left today's game. He was hit by a pitch. 9 home runs this season. Two and two. Hicks wrapped into a double play in the second inning, 3-6-3. Not only can Ohtani pitch, but he leads the American League in homers with 10. Tied with J.D. Martinez, Jose Ramirez, and Mitch Haniger. Swing and a miss. Hicks down on strikes.
Yeah, a little breaking ball backdoor, kind of comes all the way across the plate. Again, it's not the break. I think it's just a little speed. Take a little bit off. Major league hitters just a little bit out front.
Check swing, he did not go. And he did not go. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
You know what, Michael, if you watch that graphic of the swing from the side, you can see why Clint Frazier is kind of in between, because his first movement, all his head, his weight is going towards the pitcher. And he's a back foot hitter where he uses his hands. When he starts, you know, kind of drifting and floating towards the pitcher, makes that bat a little bit slower.
There are times of late where he seems like he's getting closer. He's working walks. He's shown some power. And it's almost like that old saying, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Just has not really gotten it rolling.
You know, production-wise, you talked about first base. You know, left field obviously needs some help too. And, you know, it is just part of the game where certain positions you need production offensively.
And he's down on strikes, and he does not like that call. And he tells Bill Miller as much, and he gets thrown out of the game. Don't know what he said, but he was obviously arguing that third strike, and he gets thrown out immediately from Miller.
The Yarborough had really painted the outside corner. This ball actually looked like a strike, but you know what? I just hate to see umpires throw guys out for, I mean, there was no blatant screaming, yelling, nothing.
wasn't very demonstrative for sure, Paul. Again, I don't know what he said, but he didn't make a scene, which is usually what umpires don't like. He was quietly telling him he didn't like the call. He's even saying, I didn't say anything, and I get thrown out. No, we talk about big strike zones. Players might not like the zone. Bill Miller, by the way, was the crew chief for last year's World Series. That's the first time Frazier's been thrown out in his career. See, now that, Paul, I don't want to, that ball's outside. Now, I thought the strike 3 to Frazier was a strike. That ball's outside, though.
Yeah, but that's what, if you're getting the ball outside, then as a hitter, you go out to try to, see that ball, and then the inside corner moves on. And it makes it very tough. And it's not that pitchers don't know it. Pitchers at the major league level are good enough to know if they can get a strike off the plate, and they can continually throw it there. That's the problem.
The 2-2. 3-2 on Higashioka. He popped the second in the third.
You know what was the worst, Michael, when you got thrown out? Not that I ever got thrown out, Mike. I just knew this story from watching other people, right? Is you'd go to the dugout, and then they'd call timeout and make you leave the dugout before the next pitch. That was embarrassing.
Line drive right to right field, and Margot is there, so Higashioka hit it well, but right at the right fielder. We're halfway through. It's 0-0. Stadium being prepared for soccer. That's right, Saturday on Yes, NYCFC looks to keep their unbeaten streak alive when the boys in blue take on Toronto FC in an Eastern Conference showdown. Coverage starts at 12:30 on Yes and streaming on the Yes app, and NYCFC currently in first place in the Eastern Conference standings. Brett Gardner takes over after Clint Frazier has been thrown out. And Paul, you'll like this. Dick Vitale just texted me. His phone's blown up because we were talking about him. And he said, yes, yes, I talked with Paul and other Yankees to take away their focus. Then Paul would go gap for a double.
Thanks. I got a double there one time.
Here is Joey Wendell. And there's a strike. Swing and a big cut. 0-2 on Wendell. Gerrit Cole is just doing Gerrit Cole things tonight as his ERA continues to sink. Came in with a 1.61. He's throwing up 4 more zeros. Ryan Thompson is getting ready in the Rays bullpen. And the 0-2. 1-2. Now, this essentially was the matchup on April 18th Andrew Kittredge was the opener, and then Yarbrough went toe-to-toe with Cole. 5 innings, 1 run, and Yarbrough ended up getting the win in that one. Buzzes the tower, 2-2.
Trying to come up and in with that high riding fastball. Too close for comfort if you're Wendell.
Two. Popped up left side, long run for Urshela. He's there to make the play. 1 away.
We saw a couple plays yesterday, Michael, and the Trop is not hitter friendly as far as foul territory because there's a little extra room. The bullpens are in play, so there's a lot of room where foul balls would be in the stands at Yankee Stadium. These plays are made.
There's the catch by Urshela. There's Mike Zunino. He wrapped into an around-the-horn double play. That was in the second. Nice breaking ball strike, 0-1.
Gerrit Cole has had a really good slider tonight. Slider 0 for 6 with 2 Ks. So, again, we talked about Zunino and his power and loving the fastball. Going to get a steady diet of those breaking balls.
Missed with the fastball outside, 2-1. Three and 1 on Zunino. The power Paul talked about, Zunino has 7 home runs. And he had that long home run yesterday, 472 feet. Three and 2.
A good fastball there. You look at Zunino, career high 25 home runs back with Seattle in 2017. So you can't miss. You can't make mistakes. You make your pitches, you get a strikeout.
Fouled that pitch off. Still 3 and 2. Bottom of the 5th inning, 0-0. Middle game of this 3-game set. Yankees won last night 3-1 behind Jordan Montgomery, Jonathan Loaizaga, and Aroldis Chapman. Hit shortly and grabbed there by Urshela. 2 away.
You look what Gerrit Cole has done tonight, and he's had pretty much everything working. A great slider. He's had an overpowering fastball when he needs it. He has gone to the changeup at times, but his strikeout pitch tonight has been the slider and the high fastball.
So 5 strikeouts. Here is Willy Adames. Has not walked a batter, thrown 65 pitches. Oh, and 1. The 0-1. 1-1. I believe that was the highest velocity of the day for Cole, 99. Thompson getting ready. A 1-1. 1 and 2. Adames struck out looking in the third. And the 1-2. 2-2.
How good Gerrit Cole was. We kind of went over in the scouting report, Michael. Only 4-3 in the starts, and the main reason is because his run support. 2-4, 2-2. He had 1-10, and then 3, and then none tonight. So has not had a lot of run support as good as he's pitched.
He retires the Rays in order. That's strikeout number 6. And we go to the 6th inning in St. Pete. The Yankees nothing, and the Rays nothing. You're watching the Yankees right here on Yes. Three players have hit 400 or more career home runs and played for the Rays. Who are they? So we know McGriff and Canseco. Have we come up with the third? Manny Ramirez.
I don't remember that. Do you?
Yep. Now that it's mentioned, I do.
Wow.
Yarborough deals upstairs to Tyler Wade. Well, this is what a good coach does. And a good barber, too.
Shining him up there.
Brett Gardner saying, how about me? Get the same head.
Exactly.
The 2-0. 3-0. Well, this is the problem that the Nationals have. When they walked Tyler Wade, the number 9 hitter, and ended up scoring the winning run on Sunday. You got to make Tyler hit the ball. The 3-0. There's a strike, 3-1. He gets on. So many things could happen. He's so fast, runs the bases well.
Yeah, you're turning over the lineup too. You just get a feeling that, as good as Yarborough's been, that the Yankees will come through at some point. Gerrit Cole has been so good.
Diaz beats Wade to the bag. 1 away here in the 6th. And Kevin Cash is going to take the ball from Yarborough. And he's going to go to Ryan Thompson, the right-hander, with LeMahieu, Stanton, and Judge coming up. Mobile coverage cam. Yankees were all over the place before the game. Rougned Odor at shortstop. Mike Ford taking some grounders at third. Always good to be versatile. And Gary Sanchez. He's done this before, taking some throws at first, and then he goes across the diamond and takes a couple of grounders at third. Some of it's fun, but it's also just in case of an emergency. You want to be able to say, hey, I can do it. So first and third, and Rougned Odor at short, and Mike Ford at third, and there you go. So here's Ryan Thompson. And there's a strike. 17th game for Thompson. To tie up the trivia question, Paul, do you know how many games Manny Ramirez played for the Rays?
I'm saying like less than 20.
5 games to end his career in 2011.
Yes, I don't even remember, to tell you the truth. You look at Thompson, a tough matchup for righties. Sinker slider, hard thrower from the side, big long arm. Very good out of the bullpen for the Rays last year.
Second big league season for Thompson, 28 years old. He was supposed to start the season in AAA, pitched so well in camp that he made the major league roster. And down goes LeMahieu.
And you see the release point way out there. That's actually the four-seamer. He throws every once in a while, about 10-12% of the time. Get just a little extra velocity.
There's a strike. And you can see the shake of the head by Stanton. Well, that doesn't look like a fun at bat for a righty.
It takes a pitch or two to find the release point, and then you could be 0-2 at that point.
0-2 on Stanton.
A really good job of Cash Yarbrough getting through Tyler Wade. And then all of a sudden you turn over the lineup. You got LeMahieu, Stanton. Go back to your bullpen to one of your nasty righties.
Swing and a miss. He strikes out LeMahieu, strikes out Stanton, and that'll do it for the Yankees as they go down in order against two Tampa Bay pitchers. We'll go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Nothing on yes. Game here for you to see exactly where Gerrit Cole's pitches are ending up. StatCast 3D by Google Cloud. The four-seamer, almost 47% of the time. Slider, knuckle curve, and the changeup. All nice colors, the whole deal.
I like the yellow one, Michael. It's kind of in the wheelhouse for a lefty. The only problem is you don't get it very often. Little belt high slider right there.
There's a strike to Phillips. Yankees have just 2 hits and the Rays 3. Each team has left 2 runners on, so not many opportunities whatsoever. Swing and a miss. Phillips chasing a ball out of the zone. 7th strikeout for Gerrit Cole.
I mean, do you just talk about total command? I mean, back-to-back sliders to get 0-2, and then I'll just show you a fastball. If you want to hack at it, go ahead. And as a hitter, you just cannot lay off of that pitch up in your eyes, and you can't catch up to it either.
You know, Paul, you mentioned earlier the lack of run support when Cole was pitching. That's why, despite this great ERA, he doesn't have, the team doesn't have a great record when he's pitching. He's 4-1 personally, but they haven't scored a lot of runs for him. And you've seen it throughout history. Great pitchers sometimes don't get a lot of run support. Tom Seaver, almost his entire career. And that one is ripped to left field. Back is Gardner. He leaps, and it's going to be off the wall. It is in the ballpark as Arozarena picks up a double. It hit the top of the wall under the yellow line. He wants it to be a home run, but it's not. So a double for Arozarena, which breaks an 0-for-13 slide for him.
Well, that was a slider that he missed with, and the big break that the Yankees caught here, you see this is this kind of a spinner. Ball gets in on the handle enough to not get it out of the ballpark. And the runs are so important. Now with him on second base, Gerrit Cole still has an opportunity to get out of this inning.
And Kevin Kiermaier wanted more, but they get a double. Grounded to LeMahieu. 2 away as Arozarena moves to third. And just to finish the point, Paul, Seaver, his entire career, seemed like every game was 2-1, 3-2, and the guy across town, Jacob deGrom, should sue for lack of support. It's amazing. They might be the two best pitchers in baseball, and the teams don't score that much from them, although Cole did have that 110-run outburst.
Yeah, you do get kind of caught up into the days that Roger Clemens pitched or Pedro pitched, and it's just like you as a player, you kind of get involved in the just how good they is, and you forget to go up and score early, give them a lead. I really can't. I don't understand. I don't know why, but you just do as an everyday player. Sometimes kind of just figure, this is his day. He'll take care of it. Well, he doesn't have a bat in his hand.
The 1-0. 2-0 to Margot. He's 0 for 2. A couple of ground balls to Tyler Wade at short. Second.
0-0. Sorry, Michael. 0-0 game. I mean, this is a huge out. Brandon Lau on deck, who has been struggling. But if you're Gerrit Cole, do you figure you go after him or you make him go outside the strike zone?
99-mile-an-hour fastball on the outside corner. Second time the Rays have had a runner at third base. They had Austin Meadows at third. That was in the first inning, and he was stranded there. And now they have a Rosarena at third with 2 outs and a 2-1 count on Margot. Three and 1.
This has been the place that Gerrit Cole will go to that changeup and sometimes get the hitters out front and go back to the fastball away.
Gets a strike call there. Just the tip of the strike zone. And the 3-2 swung on and missed. He struck him out. So he works around the double, and the game remains 0-0. No runs to hit, no errors, and 1 man left. Let's go to the 7th. High cheese from Cole to get out of a jam. Check out the latest episode of The Curtain Call. It's a podcast with John J. Filippelli. It's outstanding. Bob Lorenz joins the show to chat all things Yankees, including the return of Luke Voigt, the Bombers' recent strong homestand, plus Yogi Berra story. Subscribe and listen wherever you get your podcast.
Michael, sometimes you amaze me at your knowledge on baseball, right? And the things you remember. But that fella you just mentioned, John J. Filippelli, he knows a lot about baseball and has seen a lot of games in his day, huh?
He really has. That's why the Curtain Call podcast, a 5-star podcast, you must download. So 0-1 on Judge. Judge is 1 for 2. A ground ball is short and a single through the right side of the infield. And now another one of their 4 lefties. Jeffrey Springs getting ready. Oh and 2. Just a little bit low. You can see that Zunino was trying to bring that up. That one is lined to left field. It's a base hit. Meadows cuts the ball off, and Judge gets his second hit of the night. Leadoff single here in the 7th.
A tough at bat off a tough right-handed pitcher. I mean, you just got to tell yourself, hey, I'm going to stay in there. You see this slider. I mean, he covered it. Got it off the end of the bat, but still. Good swing for Judge.
So that brings up Giovanni Urshela. He's 1 for 2, hitting .290. He's been one of the more consistent Yankee hitters all year. High fly ball, fairly deep right center field. That ball's going to be up against the wall. Judge goes to third. They're going to hold him up right there. Urshela at second, and the Yankees have runners on second and third, and nobody out.
A good way to hit a sidearm pitcher from the right side is to stay inside the ball. And Urshela does a great job. And that's a two-seamer, kind of runs back, but see his hands inside the baseball? Gives you a chance to just absolutely hammer it to right center field. I was thinking they caught a big break that Judge might score here, but he didn't know if it's going to be caught immediately. Got kind of a late break.
Well, it was motoring. Cal Snyder, the pitching coach, comes out to talk. Carlos Mendoza, usually the bench coach, acting third base coach, with Phil Nevin being quarantined because of COVID-19. Let's have a quick update, Meredith. You've got 7 Yankee employees, 3 coaches, and 4 support staff that have tested positive, right?
That's correct, Michael. So you have Phil Nevin, Reggie Willits, and also the pitching coach, Matt Blake, and then 4 support staff members. And as you mentioned earlier, Gleyber Torres not in the starting lineup out of an abundance of caution. They're waiting for testing to come back from him. He actually had coronavirus in December, according to Aaron Boone.
And you've told me that 6 of the 7 are asymptomatic and 1 is symptomatic.
That's correct. And the one that is symptomatic is doing well. So that's the good news there. Not a ton of symptoms. Most guys didn't even realize that they had contracted it, and they tested positive when they went through all the testing. And everybody on the team, since that positive came back, has been tested at least 3 times. And Aaron Boone himself said that he was tested 3 times since this morning, just to be safe.
Wow. Well, our best wishes go out to all 7. And hope they make a quick recovery. Infield is in for the Rays with Luke Voit and an 0-1 count. That one is ripped right at the third baseman, Wendell. Wow, what a play, especially when you're in, and that turns into an out.
Again, Michael, we went over some yesterday. Some plays are easier on the AstroTurf, and this ball was just hammered, but you're going to get an absolutely pure, true hop and a bad break for Luke Voit. Ball hit extremely hard. Wow. Like a hockey goalie down there.
Well, with Aaron Hicks coming up, Kevin Cash going to go to the bullpen. Yankees second and third, 1 man out now, looking for a big hit or a long fly ball, trying to get that run in to break this 0-0 tie. Looking to give Gerrit Cole some offensive support. Come on back. Will complete your next visit to Yankee Stadium. Buy and manage game tickets, redeem offers, access exclusive content, much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. Now, Paul, I've got a question for you. They bring in Jeffrey Springs, the left-hander. I don't get that. Why would you turn Aaron Hicks around to his better side?
You know what? I know you've had 3 hard hit balls, and you know if you're Kevin Cash, you must figure that you know Thompson might be losing his stuff, but this is a reason why you put Aaron Hicks in the middle of this lineup for positions like this where he can turn around and have a comfortable at bat from either side.
All right, so Hicks 0 for 2. Switch hitter batting from the right side. And there's a strike. Infield remains in for the Rays as they try to cut off the run. And these are the arms in the outfield. You have a green light with Meadows, a red light Phillips, that's one of the best arms in the game, and a yellow light with caution, Manuel Margot. He's about midway of all the arms that
It's a
are.
regular stoplight out there, Michael.
There
Red,
you go.
green, and yellow.
0-2.
It's a big at bat for Aaron Hicks. Now you're 0-2. You really just got to settle down, try to put the ball in play.
And that one is served into center field. Catch is made by Phillips. Tagging and scoring is Judge. Going to third is Urshela. It's a big sac fly for Aaron Hicks. And the Yankees have a 1-0 lead.
And if you look at the way Aaron Hicks got that done, as you see Judge applauding him, that's the first ball that he covered away all night. And you know, he did it from the right side, but he stood out over the plate and lined the ball the other way just deep enough to score a huge run. A cutter trying to hit the back door. Look how far he is out over to the plate to cover that ball away. Aaron Judge gets a good read back. Easy sac fly.
14th ribby for Hicks. And here's Brett Gardner.
Yeah, Phillips kind of misjudged this. This is not the ideal way that you want to make a throw from an outfielder. You want to stay behind it and get some of your weight forward. He misbroke and came in instead of going back and staying back.
Now we know the Yankee bullpen has been really good, but Meredith, I'm curious, is Chapman available tonight?
Well, it looked like he was grimacing on the mound yesterday. Stevie Donahue and Aaron Boone went out to check on him, looked at his finger. They thought something might be wrong there. Aaron Boone said nothing was wrong. I asked him again after the game, and he said that the finger is fine.
Well, we'll see if they use him, but Gardner is out. Yankees score a run. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. It's 1-0 Yanks. 4-0 for the Yanks, 0-4-0 for Tampa Bay. Gerrit Cole has been great over 6, 8 strikeouts, no walks. Colin McHugh opened, and he opened with 2 scoreless innings. Aaron Hicks, sacrifice fly in the 7th, the only run of the game. Yarborough was really good as the bulk guy, 3 1/3 innings. 2 hits, didn't allow a run. So now Cole has his lead, and he will face Brandon Lau in the bottom of the 7th. And there's a strike.
He's really laying on that slider the last couple innings, and you look at his pitch count, only 83 pitches, one into the 7th, so that's not an issue at this point either.
Oh, 0-2 quickly on Lau. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 in the Rays order against the Yankee ace, Gerrit Cole.
You know, Michael, you asked a great question to Meredith about Chapman, and you know, if you're Aaron Boone, you're going to have to manage a little bit different. Obviously, he knows if Chapman is available, or he's probably not going to say it if he isn't. But, you know, you might have to stretch Cole out a little bit longer before you go to Green or somebody like that if Chapman is not available.
You know, we were kind of surprised when we found out today that they were concerned about his finger, because we were looking at him after the game talking with Sanchez. It looked like his back was stiff, but that was not an issue at all, they said. That it was his finger that was bothering him.
Yeah, we had mentioned, Michael, that he was starting to come down velocity-wise at 96, and then all of a sudden he did end up throwing, you know, triple digits before he left at the end of the game. So, you know, hope all is well. He's off to some kind of start for the Yankees.
Now, even with extreme health, and you see he's in the Yankee dugout, not down in the bullpen, he's pitched 3 of the last 4 days. And you know that Boone does not like to go 3 days in a row, and he tries to stay away from 4 out of 5, which is what Chapman would be doing if he pitched today. Brandon Lau down on strikes, and there's the bullpen budget. So Green's obviously available. He has 3 days rest. Loaisiga is a no-go. Everybody else is available in that pen. I think Chapman is the question mark.
Right. But Cole just impresses me more and more. Last pitch, strike three, a really good changeup. Talked about how good his slider's been, overpowering with a fastball. Then, you know, third time through the order, you'll strike out with a changeup. I mean, when somebody is that good and has that many, you know, that many pitches, makes it extremely difficult to a hitter.
Judge puts it away to retire Diaz for the second out. Well, how often do teams sign big free agents and they're not exactly what they envisioned and wanted? Gerrit Cole is exactly what the Yankees hoped they were getting when they signed him. He is that guy. And there aren't that many of those guys available in baseball. Just honest to goodness aces. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
This is a big out right here, Michael B. You know, Joey Wendell has been tough on the Yankees. And then if you get through this inning, 1, 2, 3, then you got 7, 8, and 9 next inning. And you would guarantee that Cole would be out there again.
One and one on Wendell. Wendell is 0 for 2. Grounded back to the mound, force out at second, then fouled out to Urshela at third. Righty deals to the lefty. Strike. 1 and 2.
Another good changeup, and I tell you, he's really starting to work that into the counts. Again, if this ball is not called a strike, it's not a pitch that you can really hit or do anything with as a hitter, and that's the way you have to pitch in a 1-0 game.
Popped up. Urshela makes the play for the final out. 94 pitches for Cole through 7. Will he face the bottom of the order in the 8th? Well, the Yankees come up first. It's 1-0 Bombers. Chapman is walking to the Yankee bullpen. That means he's probably a go if they need him. The Yankees lead 1-0 as we go to the 8th inning. Higashioka will lead off here in the 8th. It'll be Higashioka, Wade, and LeMahieu. So Spring's still in there. Now I could recap the scoring in a moment. Judge singled to left field. Urshela doubled to right center, moving Judge to third. After Voit grounded out with the infield into third base, they brought in Springs, turning Hicks around to the right side. A fly ball to medium range center field. And tagging was Judge, and that is the score right now, as Judge scored the only run in the game, 1-0, on Hicks' 14th run batted in. Cole in the bullpen wouldn't mind a little breathing room. Not much margin of error at 1-0.
As good as Cole has been, Michael, you've been watching the monitor. I mean, it's a little nerve-wracking. I mean, one pitch ties this game up. You know, a hanging slider, a changeup, which he has been so good tonight. You just, if the Yankees got to feel like, you know, they've got to add another run to this.
So Lewis Head warming for the Rays in their bullpen. That doesn't like a guy who's done for the night, Paul.
No, I mean, his pitch hound is good, and again, I think you would like to see him face Zunino, who leads their team in home runs, but Cole can kind of negate that with his good slider.
9 strikeouts, no walks, just 94 pitches through 7. Swing and a miss. Higashioka down on strikes, 1 away.
Well, what lefty does not throw the circle changeup and have a good one going away?
Here's Tyler Wade. Shows bunt, takes a strike. Lower part of the zone. Wade's 0 for 2. Strikeout and grounded out to first. And a strike. And the 0-2 to Wade. It'll be a tough play. The throw to first, not nearly in time. If Wade could get the infielders to move right to left, he's got a good chance to beat it out. That's exactly what happened there.
Yeah, with his speed, I mean, you got to be able to look in the mirror as a baseball player and know what you do best. And with his speed, this is the way he should hit. I mean, slap the ball the other way, get on base, now trying to make some things happen. As soon as Adames, you're right, Michael, goes to his right, no way he's going to throw Wade out.
Well, Wade's single, Knox springs out, and with righties coming up, they're going to bring in a right-hander. Yes, WNBA superstar Sabrina Ionescu and the New York Liberty tip off at Barclays Center in their season opener against the Indiana Fever. Coverage starts at 7 on Yes and streaming on the Yes app. This is the first of 19 Liberty games on Yes this season, as the retooled Liberty roster is expected to compete for the playoffs. Gerrit Cole and Aaron Boone talking about how long can I push you? How many pitches? We shall see. So Lewis Head throws a breaking ball that doesn't break as LeMahieu gets out of the way. For Head, he's 31 years old, and he made his major league debut on April 25th. 9 pro seasons, and he finally got here. Last May, he was released by the Mariners. He thought his big league career was over. He was selling solar panels in Arizona, but the Rays offered him a spring training invite. He thought it was a prank, and he ended up making the team. As LeMahieu lofts one to right field. Margot, 2 down. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. So here's Giancarlo Stanton, runner on first, 2 outs. Stanton has struck out 3 times tonight. Runner goes, throw to second, got him. Now Wade saying, I think I got in, so the Yankees will take a look, and will take a look. And the Yankees say, no, you are out. Gerrit Cole is filthy tonight. The full arsenal at his disposal. One of the best pitchers in baseball. Just a major flex over the first 7 innings. He's coming out to pitch the 8th. Zunino leads off and swings through a high fastball, 0-1. So that's the 95th pitch for Gerrit Cole. 7, 8, and 9 in the Rays order. Breaking ball strike. He's got it all working.
Yeah, I think that's what you want right now, Gerrit Cole facing Zunino, because he can throw that slider. And Zunino, 7 home runs, leads his team in home runs. This is a huge out for Cole. Not that Adames and Phillips can't hurt you as major league hitters, but this is a guy that can tie this game up in one swing.
He has 53 strikeouts since his last walk, an extraordinary stat. That dates back to April 12th at Dunedin against the Blue Jays. Two-two. Swing and a miss. He strikes out Zunino. That's the 10th strikeout for Cole. Let's take a look at that stolen base attempt. A good throw by Zunino.
A great throw, and you know, you like the play. Tyler Wade has got to use his legs. If everything doesn't go perfectly, he's safe. But you know, it did. But again, if you're going to put Tyler Wade on base, give him opportunities to run. More times than not, he's going to steal the base for you.
0-1 on Adames. Oh, 2.
Well, if you're Cole, you can look at the body languages of Adames and just know that you know, he is not feeling good at the plate. 2 lazy swings, high fastballs. Don't mess around. Just put him away.
And he does. Strikeout number 11. Now Cole, this is his 37th game with 10 or more strikeouts since 2018. He had come into tonight's game in a tie with Scherzer for the most such games in the majors. They can't lay up that high fastball.
No, I mean, he has mixed in enough changeups low in the strike zone, and his slider has been great all night, where that fastball plays so good up out of the strike zone.
Phillips swings and misses. Take a look at Cole after the last strikeout. Yeah, he's still into it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what a pitch. Back door. 0-2.
Well, you talk about a sprinter finishing strong. I mean, he is as good this inning as he was in the first couple. He has not lost a thing on any of his pitches. Again, if you're going to go off speed, just to show him, go off speed off the plate. Nothing can be hurt.
Swing and a miss. He finishes at 99 and with a stare. He strikes out the side. He has dealt all night. 12 strikeouts, no walks. Zunino, Adames, Phillips. He has been filthy. We go to the 9th. Go to the 9th inning, and Gerrit Cole did man's work today. That is a man's job that he just performed. 106 pitches, 12 strikeouts, no walks. And you mentioned it, Paul, no deviation from the 1st to the 8th. In fact, he looked stronger in the 8th than he did at any point in the game.
Yeah, he threw a couple of the best sliders. He kept them for Zunino, and then just Adames, he saw that he was waving at that high fastball, wide change, didn't overthink anything. I mean, you just have to be impressed to watch Gerrit Cole, what he did tonight.
0-2 on Stanton. It'll be Stanton, Judge, and Urshela. You see Chapman is up. And a rare smile from Cole on a day he pitches. He is so locked in, Paul.
Well, when you see that smile, you know it's over. And I just, I put myself in Aaron Boone's. You call him over, you're at 106 pitches, you've thrown up to 116. Do you want this game? I know this day and age, it's pitch counts and it's Chapman, how great he is, but this is your ace and this is your stud. And like I said, the way he threw the ball in the 8th inning, it'd be very hard for me to take him out. But I think I'm a little old school, Michael.
Probably the case.
I would love to hear Buck Showalter tell me what he would do in this position.
Nice play by Margot. Well, Buck will be on the postgame show, so we'll find out. The Audi Electric Moment. Visit your Tri-State Audi dealer and experience the fully electric Audi e-tron today. Let's go through that inning.
I'll tell you, a beautiful slider to Zunino. Adames, no chance after going away with a changeup. 99 right there. Yeah, my night's over, but you didn't score.
Yeah, he did some heavy lifting tonight. Here is Aaron Judge. Judge has scored the only run in the game. And that was in the 7th inning. Scored on a sac fly by Aaron Hicks. That's it. So the Yank Aarons get the run. 1-1. Judge has 2 hits tonight, 2 for 3. 1-2. Time now for word from the Home Depot.
Scan the field and read the product review. Check inventory status and place your order easily in the Home Depot app.
Well, you can almost sense Cole decompressing after. I mean, he just ratchets up the intensity when he's on the mound, and now just bringing it down just a notch just to watch the 9th inning. He's still pacing. Trying to pick up his 5th win.
Say this was an easy night, but what he did, I mean, pitching to a 0-0 game for most of the game and then 1-0. So it's a stressful thing for pitchers to go through to pitch in a close game like this.
Three and 2 on Judge. We're in the 9th. Line drive, a base hit, a 3-hit night for Aaron Judge. Well, stay tuned.
Love what you're seeing. Sorry, Michael.
Stay tuned after the final out for the WB Mason postgame as our Yes Studio team brings you highlights, analysis, clubhouse reactions, and the manager's report with Aaron Boone. That's all coming up next, right here on Yes. Here's Gio Urshela. He got that big hit in the 7th inning after Judge singled. Urshela doubled him to 3rd, and that's the spot he was in when Hicks hit the fly ball to score. So a big hit for Urshela in that inning. 1-0. Due up in the bottom of the 9th inning against Chapman. Arozarena 0 for 2 against him. Meadows 0 for 5, 3 strikeouts. Margot faced him just once without a hit. High pop-up, shallow right. Backing up is Lau, and he'll make the play for the 2nd out. And that'll bring up Luke Voigt. He's still looking for his first hit since coming off the IL yesterday. He's 0 for 5, but he did walk in the 2nd inning, and yesterday he was hit by a pitch, so got on base then as well. Yankees trying to do something they have not done in 2 years, 2 calendar years, and that's win a series in St. Pete. If they can hold on here, they will. Last time they did it was May 10th, 11th, and 12th in 2019. 2-0.
Every once in a while, a pitcher will throw that get-me-over slider in this 2-0 count. If he hangs it, it's going to go a long way.
Two and one on Voit. Runner at first, 2 men out. We're in the 9th inning, a 1-0 Yankee lead. Swing and a miss. So a 3-2 count on Voit. That'll release Judge at first. 3-2, 2 outs. And the payoff. Popped up. Diaz gives it a look. Out of play. Judge will go from first. The 3-2 to Voit. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it. In the top of the 9th, no runs, a hit. 1 man left. Well, Cole's done his job. Now Chapman comes in to do his. The Cadillac Perv, the game. Who might it be, Paul?
No big shocker here. He was the star of the show. He had it all going, has completely shut down the Rays tonight, giving the Yankees a chance to win 1-0 here, with Chapman taking the hill in the 9th.
12 strikeouts, didn't walk a batter, and that was the last out of his outing. A 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Well, most starts with 12 or more strikeouts and no walks and no runs. Yankees all-time. Gerrit Cole 3. He's been here since the beginning of last year. And Mike Mussina and John Candelaria each with 2. And here is Aroldis Chapman. And Chapman did that all this season. Or not Chapman, Cole did that all this season. All right, so he has to face the top of the order. Looked like he was a little bit out of sorts yesterday. Got the job done. Now he faces the dangerous Randy Arozarena. 1 for 3. 1-0.
You look at this order, Arozarena, Meadows, and Margot. This is the out that really sticks out. To get that first out against a guy that just missed a home run off call earlier in the game.
There's a strike. Now, we're so spoiled by him, Paul. You see 2 fastballs, 96, 95, and you kind of raise an eyebrow because all year he's been living at 99 to 100. And yesterday there was a couple of 96s in there as well. One. There's the slider. 2-1.
You got to feel that Aaron Boone is pretty much throwing his chips in all in the pot here. I'll use Chapman tonight. Would you say this is the 4th night in 5 days? And you know, you're probably not going to use him tomorrow. But again, Michael, you brought it up. You've got a chance to put this series ahead 2-0 with 3 outs here.
2-1. 3-1. This is Chapman last night. And see, wasn't feeling right. They said it was his finger. But he pitched through it and got it done. Now 3-1 count on a Rosarena. Swing and a miss. 3-2. Slider, splitter, fastball. What does he go with against a Rosarena here? With a 3-2 count. 3-2. And with the fastball, dialed it up to 97. And it's fouled away.
I would almost guess, Michael, if you're having a little issue with the finger, whether it's sore, whether you got a blister, that your fastball is the easiest pitch to throw. To get to the breaking ball, and especially the fork ball or the split finger, might put a little more pressure on that finger if he has an issue tonight.
Three-two. Popped up, shallow right, coming on Judge. He makes the play and avoids running into LeMahieu. One away.
Why this is a tough play, Michael, as we talked about it yesterday. As an outfielder, you can't take your eye off the ball, so you can't see where LeMahieu is, and you're afraid to check where he is, because if you take your eye off the baseball, you might not find it again. Good job by Judge.
Good time to get out of the way by DJ. One down, and Mike Brosseau is going to pinch hit for Austin Meadows. And these two obviously have a history. Hit that big home run off of Chapman in the playoffs, and Chapman went up and in a game at the stadium during the regular season. Now it's 99 miles an hour and a foul ball. Chapman trying for his 9th save in 9 tries. The 0-1. 1-1. There's the playoff home run that we were talking about. And that was just a backbreaker. One count. And the pitch. 2-1. So 1 for 4 against Chapman in his career. The 3 times he's retired him, he struck him out. The 2-1. 2-2.
Very surprising there. He's had problems locating that slider, but in a crucial situation, 2-1, he went back to it.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 9th inning. Yankees lead 1-0. Swing and a miss. Dialed it up to 101 to strike out Brosseau.
Well, Chapman's getting loose, and this was set up by the slider before. All of a sudden, that's in the back of your hitter's mind. Now 101, I can't catch up to it. Great job by Chapman.
And that'll bring up Margot. The Rays are down to the final out. That one missed low. Chapman stayed in the follow-through, staring in at Bill Miller. Didn't get the call. 1-0.
If you're Higgy right here, Michael, this is where you got to kind of think, Margot, yeah, he's got 3 home runs on the year, but he doesn't have the kind of power. Throw this ball away, throw strikes away. If he singles the other way, I'll live with it.
And this should do it. Popped up. Urshela makes the play. An absolute gem. 1-0 Yankee victory over Tampa Bay. A masterpiece by Gerrit Cole, and the final 3 outs recorded by Aroldis Chapman. A sac fly scored the only run, and the Yankees finally take a series in St. Pete. What a game. What a pitching performance, Paul.
Well, I tell you what, this was a pleasure, Michael, to watch somebody that is as good as Gerrit Cole go into and finish at a 1-0 game. Big win for the Yankees. The one ball that he missed was a slider. Rosarina hit it off the top of the wall, was able to get out of that inning, go home. What a night for Gerrit Cole and the Yankees.
He's now 5-1. The Yankees just picked up their 20th win. They're 4 games over 500, and another save for Chapman. Things are going well. We'll talk about it when we get back.